Now, beef cheeks are one of my favorite cuts of meat to smoke. It is absolutely phenomenal flavor, but this isn't the easiest cook because this muscle is super tough. And today I want to try and do a little confit action with these beef cheeks, see how they come out. So let's get right to it. All right, so here's our beef cheeks. Give that a look. Now you can see all this connective tissue here. This all needs to be broken down. That's why this is such a tough cut of meat to cook. You really got to do it the right way to allow this to be nice and tender. Now the other thing is it's really difficult to actually find beef cheeks. And if you can find beef cheeks, a lot of times they are not trimmed and they look like a mess, and it takes a good amount of work to get this from a whole beef cheek. Now, I was able to find these on Porter Road and they are pre-trimmed. They're a little pricey, but they are pre-trimmed and you get a good amount of meat here. So if you're looking for some beef cheeks, check out Porter Road. And now we're gonna go pretty simple with these beef cheeks because they have such an awesome flavor. I just want to keep it nice and simple. So for seasoning, I'm just going with some salt and pepper. This is going to be 1 part kosher salt, 2 parts black pepper. This is a more coarse black pepper. And the reason I like that 2-to-1 ratio is because I can put extra amounts of pepper on without worrying about this being too salty. So I'm just gonna go ahead, get this all seasoned, generously that is. Want to get a nice bark on here, all that black pepper. All right, I'll flip them over, make sure to get both sides. Like I said, make sure to get a generous coating on these things. Looks pretty good. Just want to get all that extra seasoning off the board, make sure to get all the sides, roll them around. So that's what we're looking for. Nice, generous coating of salt and pepper on both sides. All right, so these look ready to me. Let's get them out on the smoker. All right, I got the pit all fired up. I'm gonna be using oak and maple today for these beef cheeks. Let's go ahead and get these right on. There's our beautiful cheeks on the smoker. All right, let's let them cook. All right, guys, so I got those beef cheeks out on the smoker. I'm gonna let them go until they get a really nice bark. I'm gonna be running my pit around 250 to 275 degrees. I don't want this to get too hot because these beef cheeks need to cook low and slow. Now, like I said, I'm using maple and oak out there. I really enjoy the maple. It adds a really nice sweetness to the smoke, and then the oak is a great mild smoky flavor. But I'm thinking these are gonna go about 3 or 4 hours till they get the bark that I like. At that point, once they look really beautiful, nice dark bark, I'll pull them off, get them in that beef tallow, and I'm just gonna let them confit until they are super tender. So I'll check on these beef cheeks in about 3 or 4 hours. But since you're watching the video, let's go right out and check them. All right, guys, we're just about 4 hours in on these beef cheeks. Let's give them a look. Oh yeah, you can see they're getting a beautiful crust. Absolutely wonderful looking. Just check out that crust. I think these might be ready. Let's check them. Oh yeah. Feeling nice and tender, actually. Figured they'd still be a little tough. See what we got for temps on these, though. All right, so for temperature, we're at about 185 degrees. It's exactly what I expected, but some of these are feeling really tender. You can see this one's at 192. All right, so let's get these pulled off. We'll get them in some tallow, and then we'll let them cook. All right, guys, here's these beef cheeks. They smell amazing. They look fantastic. I'm so excited for these. Just check that out. Come on, is that not a beautiful beef cheek? Yeah, so let's get these in the tallow. All right, so let's move these to the side, and I'll just give you another close-up. Check that out. Come on, is that beautiful or what? These are gonna be so good. So here we have a little bit of beef tallow. Not a little bit, good amount in here. We wanna get these beef cheeks totally submerged in this beef tallow. Little beef tallow hot tub action for these. Oh yeah, this is going to be fantastic. Get these moved around a little bit. Want to try and get these totally covered the best you can. If they're not totally submerged, not a big deal. Now let's go ahead, just cover this with some foil. All right, so I got the beef cheeks in this beef towel. We're gonna let these confit for about 3 or 4 hours. What you're gonna wanna do is crank your smoker way down. You're gonna wanna have this thing around the 200-degree mark. Anywhere between 180, 220 should be good. So because we want those super low temperatures, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it on my pellet smoker because we already got fantastic smoke flavor and it's sitting in that beef tallow, so you're not really gonna gain much smoke flavor. So I'm looking for a real low heat here. You can do this in your oven too. Again, 200 degrees is a perfect temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this on the pellet smoker and I'll see you when it's done. All right, so these beef cheeks have been braising away in this beef tallow for about 4 hours. Let's give them a check. Oh yeah, So let's see what the temperature of this beef tallow is at. So we're at 192 degrees on the beef tallow. So these beef cheeks have been sitting in this 192 degree beef tallow hot tub for the past 4 hours. Let's see how tender they are. Oh yeah, super tender. These are most definitely done. Feels just like butter. You can see this thing's just starting to fall right apart, but look at that. These are gonna be good. So I'm gonna get that back in. I'm gonna pull these off, let them rest for an hour, and I'll see you guys when these are ready to eat. These beef cheeks are finished. Let me do a little recap for you. Smoked them on my offset smoker for 4 hours till they got to about 180 to 190 degrees. Then I pulled them off. I stuck them in some beef tallow, put them on my pellet smoker, which was set to 200 degrees for another 4 hours. That was like a little bit of a confit for these beef cheeks. And when I was temping out that tallow during the whole time, it was around 190 to 195 degrees, so that is perfect. After 4 hours, I was probing these things and they are super tender, so let's get them out of here and we'll get them sliced up or pulled apart. We'll see, but let's get to it. These things look amazing. They feel super tender. These are gonna be so good. Just check it out. Just glistening and dripping with that beef tallow. These are going to be amazing. Come on, check it out. Tell me that does not look amazing. Now that is a beautiful beef cheek glistening with beef tallow. Let's slice into this. Now this is super tender. First off, you can see, check that out. Yeah, just wants to break right apart. But I'm gonna try and get some slices out of this. Oh yeah. Man, that is soft stuff. Yep, check this out. Oh my, come on. Beautiful slice of beef cheek. You can see all the fat connective tissue is all rendered down. This stuff is super tender. Oh my. All right guys, this beef cheek came out phenomenal. As you can see, you can get a beautiful slice off here, but check this out. It's just incredibly tender. This is gonna make for some awesome barbacoa tacos. I'm gonna give this a try, see how this came out. Wow, it's like jelly. Legit, the most tender meat I have tried yet. That bark is crazy. So good. It's really got this gelatinous kind of feel to it just because of all that connective tissue in there. When it breaks down, it's like sticky, jello-y, but this has a super beefy flavor. It is absolutely phenomenal. Highly recommend giving this a try. Use the method with the beef tallow. It lets this get so tasty. But I appreciate you watching the video. I really hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. But if you're a new viewer, make sure to subscribe to the channel right over here. I got a new video coming out every week, so you're not going to want to miss it. And if you want to see some of my other videos, check this one out over here. I'll see you guys next time, but most importantly, get out there and smoke something good. Jelly meat.